Hi everyone, welcome to my Q1 update of my Plan to Pan 2025. I did my intro back in October or November of last year, 2024. So during my introduction, I outlined exactly what I was going to do this year in terms of project panning. All of my plans, all the videos I had planned to film. So in this update, I will go project by project and update you on all that I have accomplished or not accomplished in each challenge. So let's get into it. So just to recap, the reason why I started project panning in earnest this year is because my spending was getting out of control on makeup. I have always loved makeup and I have always watched YouTube ever since I was, in college. And I self-taught myself makeup by watching YouTube videos. So that was a plus. But also by watching YouTube videos, I just got influenced into buying more and more makeup over the years. I started and stopped buying makeup at certain points in time, but I have always struggled with my makeup collection size and being able to just even know what makeup I have in my giant collection in my office here where I'm filming. So finally, I said to myself, enough is enough. I need to get my spending under control. I need to be able to really love my makeup without feeling stressed and overwhelmed by the number of makeup items in each category. So I devised sort of all these project pans to in order to help me do that. And spoiler alert, it's been a rip-roaring success, I'm happy to report. So the first project in my repertoire was Pan That Palette. In the introduction, I didn't even pick a Pat McGrath palette yet to pan. I had asked the audience to help me choose a palette to pan, and I picked the Mothership 1 Subliminal palette. It's the one with the blue shadow inside. I'm not going to open it because I worked way too hard on this palette. So if you want to see what it looks like right now, June 2025, then go check out my playlist of Pan That Palette videos. But in that video, when I asked everybody to choose a Pat McGrath palette for me, a lot of people chose a palette that already had pan on, but what I didn't make clear was that that palette was expired, very expired, so I could not work on that palette that everybody chose. So that's why I kind of chose the second choice that most people voted for, which was this palette. So I hope you understand if you voted for the other palette that I already had pan on. That one was done. That wasn't expired. I was not going to use that anymore. I was showing that to prove how much I loved the palette. I had bought a backup, which was brand new, so the choice was to pan that one if I wanted to. But anyway, I panned this from brand new as well, brand spanking new with not even being swatched. So definitely take a look at my playlist if you're interested in that journey. So that's the first one. So it's been June. I will say I hit one pan. How about that? I will say I hit one pan in this palette. So that's my progress so far. And my initial goal was 30 uses per shade. And then my stretch goal was 60 uses per shade. And I have hit my stretch goal of 60 uses per shade for 4 of these shadows, and then for the rest they are either past 30 uses or close to 30 uses. So I'm very, very close to hitting my initial goal of every shade used for 30 times, and then after I eventually do hit that goal, I will then decide if I want to continue with the project for the rest of the year, or perhaps start on a new palette. Let me know your thoughts too in that playlist or down below on that. So the next project was Pan That Face palette, and this one I really went on a journey with this one. So initially I was trying to pan this blush palette from Hourglass. And then, or one shade from there, this Mood Exposure, and then I was also going to pan, I was also going to pan this one, the Natasha Tan palette. And so I did want to pan both of these, but during the first month of use, I realized that this blush had entirely expired, and that is not to blame the product. This palette is I got it in November 2014, so it's way old. It was probably not sanitary to put it on my face. So yeah, so this palette definitely died, or at least that shade did, and I definitely probably don't want to use the other two shades either. I've decided to declutter it this year. Or this month, I decided to declutter it. So I had to take this out of the project and then replace it with a more newer face palette. If you have been around, you know this past holiday, Hollywood Hourglass released. This is one of 3 face palettes. So I decided to pan the face powder and blush in this palette, and then the bronzer and the 2 cream highlighters in this palette. So these are what I've been working on. It's been 6 months, and I'm really sad to report that I have not hit pan on anything. I feel I feel bad that I haven't hit pan because I'm a slow panner. I don't, scrub at it with my brush in hopes of making more progress. I feel like that's kind of, not cheating, but just it's not a good use of this entire exercise. Like, I'm doing it for real. I'm trying to use up the product, but I'm not trying to waste it. So because of that, I use them very slowly. I will say I feel like I'm about to hit pan on 2 products in here. And this one, I just have no idea. This thing feels like it's never ending. So we will see about that. But there is certainly progress, and you'll be able to see the progress in the videos that I have on the Pan That Face Palette. And I will also link a playlist of that down below as well for you to watch if you liked. The third project I was working on was called Project Pan, and in it I have rolled out 3 products already. So I feel so good about that. I rolled out 3 products, and I'm continuing to chug along, and I'm going to, I have replaced them with newer roll-ins, and it's just a rolling Project Pan where I'm trying to either hit pan or use up the product, and it's going really well. Project number 4 was called Project Apocalypse, and there's 2 parts to it. The first part, I'm trying to finish up 3 lipsticks, and this one and this one, they were full tubes of lip products in the beginning, and I'm making good progress on them, but I have not finished them yet. And then this Tom Ford lipstick was not a new one, but there was still a lot to go. So I am currently and still panning these 3 lipsticks. The second component to the Project Pan for the lip products is called Lipstick Roulette, and I still have such a giant box of lipsticks, you guys. I've tried to rotate and pick so many lipsticks out during this challenge, and I was able to, but there's still so much left for me to choose from and to use. It just goes to show you the level of excess that my spending on makeup had gotten, that I have so many lipsticks that I haven't touched yet this entire year for 6 months. So in the last 6 months, I have tried 41 lip products as part of this Project Pan, and I have decluttered 6 due to them expiring, really. But it's something. 6 have left in my collection. And I haven't panned any lipsticks yet because I'm still working on those 3 lipsticks. Next project was a travel makeup Project Pan, where I had all of my makeup in these compartments in my travel bag. And so the idea was that through the entire year I will be traveling sometimes, so other times doing sleepovers at my mother-in-law's house, things like that. So whenever I was away from my vanity in my home, I would reach into this bag and use all the makeup items. So this is a full face worth of makeup items to use them and hopefully use up some items. So I'm happy to report that I used a 1 lip oil. It was not full size, but I think it was half a full size. So that's something. It was a Clarins lip oil, and I absolutely loved it. So I was able to use a 1 item, and I rolled in a new lip gloss to replace it. I am making some progress on the cheek products as well as the eyeshadows, but it's obviously going slow because I'm not using it every day by any means. So I'll do an update when there is visible progress. So this project is not monthly by any means. I think it's probably going to be quarterly. But it's still fun, and I'm glad that I'm doing it because it saves me from packing packing this entire year, packing my makeup, because I just grab this and go. And then it's kind of fun to see the progress through the year as I use these products, because I'm forced to use them consistently when I'm traveling or when I'm away from my vanity. So that's been a fun project to do as well. Next are two projects that I have separated into two. They originally started as one, which is low buy, my low buy year, essentially 2025, and also reverse rouge. So in my low buy, basically, to get all the rules and regulations, you can check out my playlist for that. But just to summarize, I'm allowed to buy 12 items in this year for play. So lipstick, blush, highlighter, eyeshadow, anything I don't actually need but that I want. I thought if I limit it to 12 items, I'll be able to pick out items more confidently, more conservatively, and not go overboard and buy 20 or 30, which I have easily done in the past, unfortunately. I'm very happy to report that I was able to not buy anything up until almost May or June, I can't remember, but I didn't buy anything until right up to almost half of the year had gone by. And then finally I bought one item. So I bought this eyeshadow and lip blush combo, or face product combo. So mixed palette, Aspen Ovard palette from Tarte. And if you want to see why or when I talk about it, you can check out my low buy playlist down below. Sorry, there's a lot of projects going on, so hopefully you're kind of keeping it straight in your head. Yes, so I bought one item. I'm allowed 12, and it's June. So I think that's really, really great. Very different from my past behavior. Usually by June, I would have definitely purchased a ton of makeup by now. So I'm very proud of myself for that change. And the second part, which I've turned into a series on its own, is called Reverse Rouge, which is basically I was trying to use up $1,000 worth of products and declutter $1,000 worth of products in this whole year. But I found out that because I have so many products going bad or that weren't right for me, so I started decluttering quite a few, and I did use quite a lot of products as well. So by April, I had already used up $1,400 worth of empties or declutter items in total. And so I increased my goal of empties / decluttered items to 3,000 by the end of the year. So I'm halfway there, on track, I think. So I'm very happy about that. And then, of course, as the title suggests, I'm trying to not hit rouge at Sephora this year. So I'm trying to not spend $1,000 at Sephora. So far by June, which is right now, I have only spent $30 on a toner. So but this wasn't from Sephora because Sephora doesn't sell this. So those are the only two beauty related purchases I've made all year. Just let that sink in. That is not normal behavior for me, but it is great behavior that I'm trying to continue. So all of these projects together are working. They're working to change my shopping addiction. Project number 8. Project number 8 is, or not project, but a series or a challenge that I'm doing, a series of videos I'm doing on my channel is called How Long to Monetize, because I wanted to see, starting from brand new, or not so much brand new because my channel is old, but starting from brand new, consistently uploading and really trying to make videos, starting from new, how long it would take for me to be monetized. Just as a goal, not really to make a lot of money, although that'd be nice, but just to see a challenge to myself to see if I can get there. And so I started basically at the beginning of November of last year, 2024, with 156 subscribers. So that's from my many years ago first. Upon entering YouTube, that's how many subscribers I got, 156. So I started at that, and I started regularly uploading Project Pan videos and other videos. And now it's June, so that's basically 8 months worth of YouTube work, and now I'm at 452 subscribers. So I've basically increased in total 300 subscribers in the last seven or 8 months. I mean, I'm ambitious and I'm a perfectionist, so I wish that number was higher. But at the same time, I'm so grateful to every single one of you that have subscribed and are watching my videos and liking and commenting on them. It's just been such a positive experience on YouTube. I was very scared, to be honest, of, you know, rude comments or hater comments or having no one watch my videos. And it's just been such a pleasant surprise that my channel did grow by quite a lot. And I've made so many nice friends and makeup obsessed friends just like me on my channel. And I'm just very grateful to you all. Project number 9 is No Pan Left Behind. So this is a pretty popular project pan series on the YouTubes. Basically, it's when we try to use every single pan of eyeshadow in our entire collection. And because I have a big collection, I still have not even made a really big dent in it. I'll show you now my collection of palettes. It looks kind of small in one drawer, but there's a lot that can fit in there, and these are the ones that I have not selected yet by random draw. So there's still a lot to go. So far I have tried, or I have used every shade in 10 palettes, big and small, just a mix of 10 palettes and 13 singles. And very cool, I have decluttered 2 palettes and decluttered 1 single shadow from not a potted one, but like from just a single alone shadow. So that's really good. I think it's been very successful. I'm continuing to do that series as well. And finally, my newest, coolest introduction of a series that I'm doing on YouTube is that because I've done all these project pans that were created by other people and I really enjoyed everything, I decided it was time for me to start my own series, my own idea for a video project pan series. And it's called I Buy It, I Pan It. And here's a little sneak peek of sort of all the products that I have purchased in the past. Basically, this it's a pretty easy project pan. So essentially what it means is that every new product that enters your collection, you should set a panning goal on it. It could be hit pan, it could be finish it could be a usage goal, but some kind of panning goal on the new product. And it really helps, at least for me, I find, curtail my purchases even further, because if I were to buy a new lipstick, I have to really love it, because you know, I could have, let's say, a panning goal of using it for 30 times or something like that. So that's my new project. I've only introduced it in June as well, so I don't really have a playlist, but check out that video and I will be consistently doing it. This little box of new products are things that I purchased obviously prior to this year that I hadn't had a chance to use. So they were all sitting in my collection without me touching them even one time. That's how crazy big my makeup collection is and my makeup buying was. This year, of course, I only bought the Aspen Ovar palette, but all these are from past years that I haven't had a chance to use. So my particular series is I'm going to be using a minimum of 5 uses per product and hopefully a stretch goal of 10 uses per product to get to know them and to return them to my collection, at least having been sort of loved. I know the number is low, but you have to be patient with me because look at the sheer number of project pans I'm doing. I'm not too overwhelmed with it because I think I picked a nice mix of projects that work for me and for my own style and my own collection. So I'm happy to do everything, but it is a lot. It is a lot to keep track of. It is a lot to do, to be consistent with. And I'm honestly very proud of myself for putting out videos consistently, keeping up with my progress on all of these projects. I haven't given up on a single project that I had planned to do back in the intro. You can watch that first before you watch this Q1 update. So I am just super proud of myself. You know, I changed my spending behavior and I'm using up some makeup and I'm having so much fun. And it's also thanks to you as well, the viewers, for watching, commenting, and liking and subscribing. All of that means so much to me. It keeps me motivated, it keeps me making these videos, and it keeps me accountable. Because if I was left to my own devices and not posting these videos and have sort of no one to answer to, I may very well, you know, return to my own behaviors because I have no one to report to. And I just love reporting to you guys on what I'm doing and if I have failed or if I have succeeded. And don't worry, if I ever have a failure so far this year, I would be more than happy to report it, because it's a learning journey. It's not on the up and up linear, you know. It's probably going to go rocky like this, so we can all learn together and share with absolutely no judgment. But anyway, that's it for me. Whew, that was a long list. So let me know what projects you're doing this year. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.